Hello and welcome back to my channel. So usually I plan my videos a little bit, just a little bit. I have some sort of like skeleton idea of what I'm gonna say. But for this one, I just thought I would go like just free talk and tell you a little bit about my approach to kind of trying not to care what people think. So I was planning a video on how YouTube's changed my life in some way. So obviously I've got quite a small channel, but I thought it would be quite nice at this point to talk about how making YouTube videos has actually changed me, rather than it being a case of, you know, being recognized or having money, or, you know, like some of the bigger YouTubers, because for me it's all very, very personal. I only started my YouTube channel just because I wanted to kind of be part of the minimalism conversation in some way, and then it sort of become one of my absolute favorite things in the world. So that was what the video was going to be about. But then I started thinking about like how much I cared, how much I have cared about what people think of me. And I don't mean this in a kind of being a nice person type of way, so, you know, just being polite or sensitive about other people's feelings. Obviously that way of caring about what people think is quite important. But I just mean purely in a kind of self-sabotagey, kind of anxiety sort of way. So sometimes I am genuinely surprised I ever started a YouTube channel because of how much genuine like fear I feel every time I go to post something online. It's the idea of kind of making yourself that vulnerable. So sometimes I feel like I'm kind of just sort of like standing in front of a crowd of people, just go like, listen to me, I have things to say, you must listen, and that, you know, as I'm just hovering over the publish button, I always feel like, oh god, oh, what if people hate it, oh. And I'm naturally quite self-critical. It's something that I'm definitely working on. Anyway, what was my point? So then I started thinking that, you know, as someone who is self-critical and as someone who feels genuine fear every single time they go to post something online, how did I ever manage this? Like, how am I sitting in front of a camera talking to you guys, feeling this comfortable? Like, how did I get to that point? You know, I'm guessing there are tons of ways to stop caring about what people think. But for me, I think the best one, and the one that's really resonated with me, the only one that I actually realized that this was what happened, maybe, I think it was yesterday, but I realized that the secret to not caring about what people think is just having something to care about more. That's all there is. So for me, I really felt like I could contribute to the minimalism sort of world on YouTube. I really wanted to be part of the conversation, and it was something I was so excited about, and I was so in love with the concept of minimalism, and still am, because you haven't noticed, that it didn't matter anymore. And that's never really happened to me my whole life. Let me just think. Have I ever cared about anything more? No, I don't think I have. Minimalism and veganism are the two things that I just love. I think that they are the antidote to a lot of wrongs in the modern day world, and I think that they're really important, and because of that, I was able to just not really care about what people think. And I still do. It's like an inner fight every single time. So I'll go to post something online, and then I have to kind of talk myself into pressing the button. It tends to be how it is. So you might have noticed, like, I really want to be better with Instagram. There are people who I know in real life on there, and I find it really difficult to post. You might have noticed, like, thank you everyone who's followed me on Instagram, but I am genuinely trying to overcome the personal, you know, the personal hurdles to actually post regularly. But I always feel like I'm just forcing myself on people's lives a bit, and I know it's something that I need to get over, and I know a lot of you have like chosen to follow me because you're interested in what I have to say, but then I have people who I know from the real world who just follow me out of obligation. So yeah, that's basically just something that I realized about myself, and I thought it could be a helpful thing because it's not something that I'd ever considered beforehand. But I think if you are in a position where there's something that you really want to do, but you are so worried about what people might think of you, and like, I know that as someone who has been in this position, it's very easy just to read online, like, you know, it doesn't care what other people think of you, you know, it doesn't matter, they're just haters and blah, blah, blah. And there's so many like things that you know to be true. You'll read them and you'll go, yes, I know that, you know, it doesn't matter what other people think. I know that. But it doesn't quell the, you know, the burn in your heart every single time you go to make yourself vulnerable to judgment. So my advice would be to just find something that you believe in so much, or think about what it is that you're trying to work towards. Think of what your goal is and care about that so much more than you could care about what people think. And also, they're definitely not thinking what you are worried that they might think. But again, that's one of those things where in the moment where you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position, it doesn't matter. That kind of stuff doesn't matter. It's just words. You kind of need to. It's difficult to embody that way of thinking when you're worried, genuinely worried in that position. So whatever it is that you want to work towards, if you are trying to overcome the hurdle of worrying about what people think of you, and you are finding it difficult to take any advice on board because this is just the way, you know, you have to learn things yourself. You can read things a million times and it doesn't, you know, it won't become part of you until you actually go through an experience that makes it part of you. So I would suggest really thinking about the thing that you want to achieve, why you want to achieve it, and just care about that as much as you can possibly care about something, because then you will care about what people think much, much less. You know, it could be something that's, you know, going to benefit the world. It could be something that's going to benefit you. It could just be the idea of having like your dream life. It could be anything, whatever it is that you want to do. If you are being held back by what you think other people might think, then just put your heart and soul into caring about what your goal is, and then you will find that you will just automatically stop caring as much about what other people think. I know I talk a lot about stoicism and about energy investment, but I truly, truly think that if you can invest all of your energy in the thing that you want the thing that you want to change, then all of the other stuff, there's just not enough energy for that. So you'll find that you won't even think about it. You won't even think about those people whose opinion you used to worry about. And if people can't be happy for you, then that's their problem. That's definitely not yours. So I hope that was of some use anyway. And I hope that if there is anything that is sort of that you want to achieve that you are finding difficult because of how you think people might react to it, then I hope you are able to get through that, because, you know, we all have so much to offer the world, and the difficult part is kind of saying, oh, by the way, I have something to offer the world. That's really, really tricky, because it's kind of like, who am I? Who am I to say that I have something to offer the world? But we all do. Every one of us does. So you just need to find what your thing is and go, hey, I found it. This is what it is. This is what I care about. I care about this so much that I don't care about what you think anymore. So I hope that was of some use anyway, and it wasn't just me rambling. But I will see you in my next video. Please feel free to follow me on Instagram, where I'm trying to be a lot more active. But as I said, I've got some personal boundaries that I'm trying to overcome in order to get to that point. And also check out my blog, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.